Hey everybody, it is time once again for another exciting episode of the Chelada Boys. And this week, Posh and Dylan are just going to sit around, talk, cut up, and probably tell a few jokes. Enjoy.
What's up?
Hey everybody, it's your boy Dylan.
This is Posh.
Hey, we are here in A59, kicking it live. We are here really.
We're doing it.
We're here doing thizzles.
The 85 now.
Posh Baloney.
What's up, man?
How was Michigan City?
It was cold. It was very,
bet
very
it
cold.
was.
Yes.
I bet it was icebox.
We went out to the beach, and I think we stayed for 6 minutes. We
were in and out.
We went, took a picture. The wind was freezing. Yeah. And we got right back in the car.
Yeah,
so.
it seemed like there was like a fucking Arctic blast while you guys were up there.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I don't know what happened. It was kind of warm up there, though, for them. They were like, oh, yeah, it's like...
Feels good. Everybody's outside naked.
Yeah, it's like 45. It feels great. I'm like, I'm freezing. I am freezing. But yeah, it was a good trip, man. My
had a good
back
time.
is stiff because of that drive.
Ride back. How long of a drive is it?
It's about 6 hours, and yeah, I only stop like once. I'm like,
yeah, whenever I'm driving, I don't want to stop. When I was a kid, if I went on like a fucking road trip, I had to pee every fucking 30 minutes. Had to.
I will wait until
I can hold it
about
now.
to pop.
Like I have calloused my bladder a little,
Yeah,
so I can
I
do
should
the
probably
thug
get rid of
fizzle.
this gum. Sorry.
I was gonna say
That's my
why
fault.
I kind of here. You can wrap it in that.
All right, yeah.
Maybe later.
I just noticed.
Get her back.
I'm a little inebriated.
Posh is baloney right now. He is stony baloney.
Don't tell no one. You already gave out the area code. They know where we at.
This is a secret, and we are trusting you with it. Don't tell anyone. This is top secret.
Please, YouTube, don't tell nobody.
Please, entire internet, don't.
Keep it to yourself.
Did you ball?
I
Just
balled.
now?
Yeah,
You did?
I
Okay.
drained that shot.
Okay.
It looks good in here, by the way, too.
Thank you.
You did a good job. It looks clean.
Thanks.
Nice.
I haven't been down here since fucking the last time.
Haven't been down here to fuck it up.
I haven't been down. Yeah, and plus I haven't been drinking anything. So there's that.
Me neither. Well, okay.
All right.
Okay, I cheated a little on Saturday.
Let's be honest.
Saturday, I
Let's
drank
be
a
hooked
little.
on honest.
But I only drank 4 beers.
I mean,
3 of which were IPAs, but
somebody was a little tilted.
I was feeling good by the end of the night. But
Yeah.
we went to go see friends up there that we haven't seen in like 2 years. So
Okay, I mean,
I was like, it was an occasion.
bro, I would if I went on vacation, I'm probably getting slobber knockered.
I didn't want to get slobber knocker because they was like riding 4-wheelers and shit.
Oh,
which
okay,
I didn't want
yeah.
to do that
Feel
anyways
that.
because it was cold as fuck.
Did you drive a 4-wheeler?
No, it was too cold for me.
Too cold.
Dude. And they all had like face gear and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I was like,
It's
no.
hard to like ride the outside things whenever like your hands are exposed and you're like going fast and it's like, son of a bitch, my hands are chilly.
Yeah, I just stayed by the fire and drank. So it's a good night. Had
Hey,
fun.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Met some new friends. So.
What was what was the IPAs that you drank?
I had a zombie dust. That was the first one, and then he had some Voodoo Rangers.
Were they Imperials?
Yep, he had one. Yeah, I had one
yeah.
Imperial, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I can't remember what I think it was another type of Voodoo Ranger, but I can't remember what it was. But
You were feeling good.
yeah, I felt real good. And then I finished off with a Bud Light, and it was like drinking nothing.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's weird. Like you got to start with the Bud Light,
Yeah.
and then move on. Because
Yeah.
if you drink a Bud Light after you've had those IPAs, it's like, you guys got any more water? This water's delicious.
What about you? What you been up to, man?
Just work, man. Got my for the most part, I got my Christmas shopping done. So that's always a relief.
Stocking stuff.
Yeah, fuck the stockings. I ain't stuffing shit. I ain't stuffing shit.
That's just decor.
Yeah, here's some money.
Yeah.
You can have that.
I usually try to do like toiletry stuff I know she'll use, hairspray, mousse, you
Yeah.
know, like body wash,
Yeah.
that you can just stick down in there and make it look nice and plump. And then when they
Right.
dump it out, they're like, oh fuck, I'm an adult.
Oh, $8. $8 worth of shit.
But it's stuff you need. Every
Yeah.
time I get like socks or like
Chelsea asked me,
deodorant,
she's
I'm
like,
yes.
what do you want? I'm like, give me some socks and some drawers, please.
It's weird how it changes, ain't it?
Please. Yeah, if you get that when you're a kid, it's like, y'all don't even really fucking love me, huh?
Yeah. Okay, Uncle Todd, you're dead to me.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Thank you.
Now somebody gets me some sock, like some good, like, it's funny how you never think about, like, when you're younger, all you think about is, Are they no show socks? Are they ankle socks? Are they whatever? But when you get older, you realize like what are good socks and like the cheap socks.
Yeah.
Like these are good, thick, durable socks. Fuck yes.
You also do find the value of like long socks.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you're like, I
God,
never want to wear long socks.
These
They
are
suck, but
Ewy.
yeah, in the
I
winter
think
time.
long socks are about all I have. I've got some like ankle socks, but
Yeah.
for the most part, like all my socks are long socks. But it's just because I work so much. I'm always wearing those fucking lace up boots.
I like to wear creative socks.
I got some office socks.
Oh, that's cool.
I got those for
It's a funny show.
Christmas one year. Funny show, the greatest fucking show
Greatest
ever
show.
be on television. If you disagree, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Huh?
I guess I'm wrong. It's not my. I do love it. It's like top 5, but I don't know. I'm a Breaking Bad guy. So,
Well,
yeah.
I guess the greatest comedy.
Right.
me.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah. Posh, I see you're eager to tell a joke.
Man, I've got like a list here of dirty, some clean,
Okay.
some dad jokes, some bar jokes. So I just
Let's hear it.
mix around, and I might have to refer to my notes. So if you see me squinting at any point, it's just because I can't see.
It's because I'm reading. I read in Asian.
Well, that was like that photo I took on Facebook. Like
Man,
my
that
eyes
was-
are like.
That was unappreciated. Did you hear what I said?
You said something about Asians.
I read in Asian.
Oh. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Sorry, I missed
Thank
that.
you. That was off the top of the dome.
That was good. That was clever.
So, Passeroni, take us off.
Okay. What does a perverted toad say?
What?
Rub it.
Rub it. I was gonna say fug it, but that's wrong. I will. I already read this one to you guys, so I'm gonna read this one to you guys out there. What did Cinderella do when she got to the ball?
What did she do?
She gagged.
Okay, this is my new favorite joke. Why did the sperm cross the road?
Why?
Because I put the wrong sock on this morning.
Okay. All right. What's green and smells like pork?
Kermit the Frog's fingers.
Kermit's finger. Good. All right, you son of a bitch. We just heard that one. What goes in hard and dry but comes out soft and wet?
I know this one too, but I'll let you drop the punchline.
Gum.
Yeah.
What's the difference between being hungry and being horny?
Ooh, I know.
Do you know?
I do. Where you put the cucumber.
Where you put the cucumber? Holy shit. Okay, well, let's just fucking play a little trivia and see what you come
Okay,
up
yeah,
with.
let's see.
What are the 3 shortest words in the English language?
I don't know this one.
Is it in? What do you call a virgin on a waterbed?
I don't know.
A cherry float.
Oh, okay. That was a
pretty
little
clever.
sexy and sexist.
I'm turned on. I am turned on. What do you call a Rubik's cube and a penis? Or what do a Rubik's cube and a penis have in common?
They both get harder the longer you play with it.
Okay. All right. Good. You got another one. What is long, hard, and full of semen?
Submarine.
You son of a bitch.
I'm good, dude.
You've heard too many dirty jokes in your time. All right. Tell me a racist joke.
Ooh.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Why does Dr. Pepper come in a can? I feel like I've heard this one.
I don't know.
Something about can't come in something. Because his wife died. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right.
That's gross.
All right. Why isn't there a pregnant Barbie doll?
Because Kane came in another box.
That's right. I've heard that one too, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that is
have
an old
remembered
one.
that one.
That's
I
an
don't
old
think.
one.
What do you call 2 lesbians in a closet?
I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
build-up is already funny.
I don't know. A liquor cabinet.
That's pretty funny.
What do going down on an old woman and a pork pie have in common?
Oh, God. What?
A pork pie.
What?
You have to bite the crust and lick out the jelly before you get to the meaty bit. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that was like funny, dude. That was just gross.
That was why. Why'd y'all do that? Ugh. Did you hear about the constipated mathematician?
Uh-uh.
He worked it out with a pencil. Ooh.
Ooh, digging it in there.
Digging, huh? What do you call a cheap circumcision?
A ripoff.
You got another one, ladies and gentlemen. Posh. Why doesn't Santa Claus have any children?
Because he only comes once a year?
Because he only comes once a year, and it's down your chimney.
Oh, okay.
Or did you have something else you were going to say? Sound like
I was just saying that some of those jokes are on
Oh,
here.
are they?
Yeah, some of them are on here.
How do you get Bob from Robert? How do you get Bill from William? How do you get Dick from Richard? You ask him nicely. What is 6.9? I know this one.
No.
69 ruined by a period. A good thing ruined by a period. Okay. Posh, what else?
Let's see. I'm gonna switch over to.
We're just gonna do this like basically the whole show, so just be
ready. For me to see. Okay, here's a bar joke. 3 vampires walk into a bar. The first vampire says, "I'll have a pint of blood." Second one says, "I'll have one too." And then the third vampire says, "I'll have a pint of plasma." The bartender looks at him and says, "So 2 bloods and 1 Bud Light or Blood Light." I fucked it up. Sorry.
I was like,
Stupid. These are on my clean line.
Let's
see what else. I got some more dirty ones. Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's go.
What do you call an IT teacher who touches up on his students?
What?
A PDF file.
Damn.
What is Moby Dick's dad's name?
What?
Papa Boner. That one killed me when I read it.
I got a dark one for you.
Okay.
Why are Americans bad chess players?
Why?
They lost 2 towers.
Ooh. Too soon.
Touchy.
Yeah,
What's the difference between Mexicans and stoners?
What?
Stoners actually have papers. These are dark. Okay, I'm reading this offline. I didn't. So there might be 1 or 2.
I'm going to put my little paper down. I brought little clean jokes for
What
the
is
kids.
the difference between a whore and an onion? What's the difference between a whore and an onion?
I don't know.
You don't cry when you chop a whore. That's kind of evil.
That's dark.
What did the Hiroshima survivor say about the day little boy dropped?
I don't know.
It was a blast.
I feel bad for laughing at that.
Well, okay, these are dark. Okay.
Yeah.
Why can't 2 Chinese people have a white baby? You know this one, I think. I feel like.
Yeah, I do.
Because 2 Wongs don't make a white. What is black and sits at the top of the stairs?
I don't know.
Stephen Hawking after a house fire.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
All right, people are pushing for a new black lady Liberty coin. No. Nope. Not using that. Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to say it. I can't wait. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
All jokes are funny with the correct delivery, except for abortion jokes. There is no delivery. I might have to find something else.
You're going to have to go. This one is like the website tricks you. It makes it so because they use like positive colors, and then you read it and you're like, oh shit. Yeah,
and the colors or the jokes are in pink.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a feminist and a suicide vest?
I don't know.
At least one does something when it is triggered. How do you get an emo out of a tree?
I don't know.
Cut the rope.
Oh man, I should have known that one. I should have known.
What do Michelangelo and Kurt Cobain have in common?
They both painted the ceiling
with their brains.
Oh. I knew it was going somewhere with the ceiling.
How many times does 43 go into 8?
I have no idea.
Get in the van and find out.
Damn.
What do you call someone with an extra chromosome swimming in the pool?
Oh, man. I don't know. That's a bad one.
Poseidon.
All Are we evil?
I don't know. I didn't come up with this shit.
Here's a clean joke for you. Let me throw a clean one in
Get
here.
the Sunday school teacher back out.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's tell one while I.
How do you look for Will Smith in the snow?
How?
You follow the Fresh Prince.
Okay. See, now that's a breath of fresh air.
Nice little clean joke there for you. Which rock group has 4 members that can't play instruments or sing?
The Beatles.
Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
it's
true.
a rock group. Ah, okay.
Okay.
That one will make you think.
Yeah, it's like.
If April showers brings May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims.
Yoga pants.
Pilgrims.
Mayflower.
Mayflower.
Okay. All right. What's the difference between an ISIS training camp and a school?
I don't know.
Don't ask me. I just fly the drone.
Oh, wow.
Yee. What's the best part about a dead baby joke?
I don't know.
They never get old.
Oh, that's rough, dude. Who are these people?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to not
I
in
gotta,
just a second.
I gotta take a hit of the fog.
I got some anxiety built up.
This is rough. We're gonna get canceled before we ever get going.
Yeah. What do you call a cheap? Okay, we don't do that. What did Hitler get for his 6th birthday?
I don't know. Oh no. What is it?
G.I. Jew in an easy bake oven. Why won't Monica Lewinsky vote for Hillary Clinton?
Because the last Clinton's presidency left a bad taste in her mouth.
Yeah, that's it.
I've heard that one before.
I opened okay, let me read this first before I.
Yeah. Okay. Proofreading is probably a good idea.
I opened a company selling landmines disguised as prayer mats. Profits are going through the roof.
Oh my gosh. That was really clever.
Yeah.
Somebody really worked hard on that one.
I can't see the problem with calling an Australian and an Aussie. I can't see the problem with calling an Australian an Aussie, a Pakistan a Paki, or a Scotsman a Scot, or a Frenchman a cunt. I don't know.
I'm not cultured enough for that one.
Boo. You'd think the Catholic Church would be in favor of condoms, less DNA evidence.
Oh wow. So, let us pray.
All right. This is the last one I'm gonna do. Why do white people own so many pets? And never mind. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Never mind.
Yeah, I saw the answer.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. If you want the answer to that, look it up. Girls are like blackjack. I always going for 21, but I always end up hitting on 14.
Time to go. It's time to go. That is rough.
That was, you got any more Sunday schools for us?
I got one. It's like, it's between the two. It's between Sunday school and... It's kind of funny. You just got to pay attention because I told this to Michaela on the way over here, and she like drifted off somewhere. So I'm gonna do my best. Okay. So a guy walks into a bar and he sees his friend, and his friend is sitting next to a little 12-inch pianist, and he walks over to him. And he's like, "Whoa, man!" He's like, "Where did this guy come from?" And the first guy pulls out a lamp, and he's like, "This is a genie lamp. If you rub it, a genie comes out, and you get one wish." The guy says, "Okay," so he rubs it. And to his amazement, a poof of smoke comes out, and it forms into a genie, and he says, "I can grant you one wish, whatever you want." The guy thinks about it long and hard, and he says, I'll take $1 million. And right then and there, instantly, the entire bar fills up with 1 million ducklings. Just ducks everywhere, all coming out of the windows, up to the rafters on the bar, dunking their heads in people's drinks. And he walks over to the first guy, and he goes, "Hey, man, what's up?" And he's like, "I know. You think I wanted a 12-inch pianist?"
I get it now. All right.
He wanted a big dick.
Let's see. In my neighborhood, there was a couple who had given their twin son very weird names. One was named Trouble, while the other boy's name was Mind Your Own Business. So one day, they were playing hide and seek. Mind Your Own Business counted to 100 and then started looking for his brother. But somehow he couldn't find him anymore. He saw a police car passing in the neighborhood, so he stopped it to ask for help. When the police officer asked him his name, he replied, "Mind your own business." Feeling insulted, the police officer still asked politely who he was looking for. "Mind your own business," replied. "I'm looking for Trouble." That was weak. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro.
We're better than this.
We're better than this, man. So, let's do a little change of pace here. Have you heard anything about the Ghislaine Maxwell case?
Yeah. I heard that the pilot testified the first day and said that former presidents have been on the plane. Now, I don't know how much stock they're putting into being on a plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, where was their destination? The island? Were they, I don't know. I don't know how these guys run, and I wish that it was like more televised,
right?
Like
I wish there was more coverage.
Case was, or something like that. Rittenhouse was all over. Everybody was talking about that. Like,
that shit was everywhere. Yeah. Why is this not getting the same coverage?
Exactly. That's my question anymore. I think
because the motherfuckers that was doing it was, they're the ones that run the media.
What was it? 3 CEOs stepped down that day. The CEO of Twitter, the CEO of Walmart, and MSNBC, one of those news. Yeah, MSNBC. Yeah, one of them. They all stepped down first day.
3 witnesses have told similar stories of being groomed for sexual abuse. The government sex trafficking case against Ghislaine Maxwell rests largely on the accounts of 4 women who say that they were sexually abused by financier Jeffrey Epstein with assistance from Miss Maxwell. 3 of those women have already testified in federal district court in Manhattan. A 4th is expected to testify this week. All 3 said that Mr. Epstein sexually abused them while they were teenagers and that Miss Maxwell played a crucial role in facilitating that abuse, establishing an initial contact with Mr. Epstein, arranging visits to his home, and or giving instructions on how Mr. Epstein liked to be touched. Jane, the first accuser, took the stand, identified only as Jane, testified that she was 14 years old from Palm Beach, Florida, when she met Miss Maxwell and Mr. Epstein at a summer camp in Michigan. Her family had little money at the time, she said. Her father, a conductor and composer, had died the previous year. Jane said that Miss Maxwell at first treated her like a younger sister, taking her to the movies and buying her clothes, including a cashmere sweater and underwear from Victoria's Secret. Later, Miss Maxwell gave her instructions on how to give massages to Mr. Epstein. Jane said, and he sexually abused her during those sessions. Sometimes Miss Maxwell took part in the sexual activity too, Jane said. She said, on occasion, people gathered at one of Mr. Epstein's homes would remove their clothes, and it would just, sort of turn into this orgy. She never told her mother about the years of abuse, she said, because I felt very ashamed. I felt very disgusted. I was confused. That's Jane. Kate said Miss Maxwell in London, met Miss Maxwell in London when she was 17, introduced by an older man she was dating. Miss Maxwell had a home in Bulgaria? An upscale neighborhood where Kate was living with her mother. At the time, Kate testified she had moved back to England from France and had few friends. I was quite excited to be friends with her, Kate testified. She seemed to be everything that I wanted to be. Kate told the jury that one day Miss Maxwell asked her to fill in Mr. Epstein's masseuse, though she had no experience. During the massage, Mr. Epstein initiated sexual contact. That pattern was repeated multiple times over the next few years, in London and at residences in the United States. She recalled one occasion in Florida when Miss Maxwell gave her a schoolgirl outfit, a short pleated skirt, white socks, white panties, and a shirt to wear, bringing tea to Mr. Epstein at the mansion. That, too, led to sexual activity initiated by Mr. Epstein. I didn't know how to say no to that, Kate testified. I wasn't sure if I said no, if I would have to leave, or what kind of consequence there might be for not doing it. And then we have Carolyn. When Carolyn was 14 years old, Carolyn testified 14. A friend brought her to Mr. Epstein's mansion in Palm Beach, saying that she could make money for a massage. Once there, Carolyn told jurors she watched her friends massage Mr. Epstein and then have sex with him. Over the next 4 years, Carolyn said she gave Mr. Epstein more than 100 sexual massages for money, during which touched her and masturbated. Miss Maxwell called her to arrange some of those massage sessions. On 2 occasions, he summoned another woman to join the sexual activity. At least once, Carolyn said Miss Maxwell participated herself, touching Carolyn's breasts, hips, and buttocks. She recalled that Miss Maxwell said that I had a great body for Mr. Epstein and his friends. She told jurors that she told both Miss Maxwell and Mr. Epstein how old she was. Carolyn said she spent money she received for the massage sessions to buy alcohol and drugs, and ended up abusing both. She stopped going to Mr. Epstein's house when she was 18. He asked me if I had any younger friends. I said no, and that's when I realized I was too old. That motherfucker is a piece of shit. That's like a problem. Like, if somebody gets too much money, they think I'm bulletproof, and money talks.
Possible, yeah.
Money talks. You can, especially like these little kids, you can convince a little 14-year-old girl that's fucked up. But you can convince her that, hey, I got $1,000. $1,000 to your typical 14-year-old is like, holy shit.
Especially if you're finding girls in rough situations.
Yeah.
So,
like that one girl said that her family didn't have much money.
But yeah, you find girls in poverty or, out on their own, runaways, anything like that. I heard the track down I watched the Epstein Island thing again the other day, and, he was just, he knew who his targets were, for sure. But I would like to hear more about, like, who else is on that list, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, who else went and did these things.
Let's do a little look into that, too. But I'm going to read
because I don't think they're going to give us all the names in that book, you know what I'm saying?
What I'm reading is from the New York Times. And I'm just gonna read this article to you guys. Hopefully I don't stumble over my words too much, and it's somewhat enjoyable, but those jokes were getting a little
racy,
a little bit touchy, so we're not gonna do that. Here are the charges Ghislaine Maxwell faces. Ghislaine Maxwell faces 6 counts in her federal trial, which relate to accusations that she facilitated the sexual exploitation of girls for her longtime companion, the disgraced financier and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The 6 counts center on the accounts of 4 accusers. The charges include 1 count of enticement of a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, in which Miss Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of coercing one girl, identified as a minor, victim 1, and charging documents to travel from Florida to New York between 1994 and 1997 to engage in sex acts with Mr. Epstein. 1 count of transportation of a minor with intent to engage in illegal sex acts, which cases Miss Ghislaine Maxwell accuses of bringing the same girl from Florida to New York on numerous occasions. 1 count of sex trafficking of a minor, which charges that between 2001 and 2004, Miss Maxwell recruited, enticed, and transported another girl, identified in the charges as minor victim 4, to engage in at least 1 commercial act with Mr. Epstein, and 3 counts of conspiracy, which are related to the other counts. The conspiracy counts are in the indictment are more expansive, involving all 4 accusers and homes in the United States and in London. These charges involve accusations that Miss Maxwell worked with Mr. Epstein to secure underage girls for sex acts, for example, by encouraging one to give Mr. Epstein massages in London between 94 and 95. Maxwell, 59, she's 59 now, could face a lengthy prison term if convicted. Conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of minors carries a maximum 40-year sentence. The other charges have maximum penalties of 5 or 10 years. When Miss Maxwell was arrested in July 2020, she was also charged with 2 counts of perjury, accusing her of lying under oath in 2016 during depositions for a lawsuit related to Mr. Epstein. In April, Judge Allison J. Nathan granted the defense's request to sever the perjury counts, which will be tried separately. Now, I want to see what like the findings are right now.
Yeah, I think that she should definitely go to jail, but I think there's a lot of other people that need to be going to jail too.
Giant, there was a big scale thing going on. Okay, so Epstein didn't kill himself. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, there's no possible way.
What was it? There was like 4 cameras or some shit that malfunctioned.
All of
Everybody
them.
went on break, and how long was it? I don't know how long the span was that all that shit happened, but it wasn't very long, and
it was like within 15 minutes.
He hung himself, right?
Apparently hung himself and was dead within 15 minutes of
and the doctor, even the doctor that did like the autopsy was like, I don't know if it was the doctor or the coroner that did the autopsy or whatever, or a doctor that said this, but it's like almost impossible for him to kill himself the way that he died.
Yeah.
So this is a slippery slope. Now let's ask the question.
I think they're only going to put out what they want out there. They're only going to say and show what they want, and they're going to keep everybody else's who's not being exposed right now. Ass is covered.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna hang her out to dry.
She's gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
She's gonna take the fall for Epstein for sure.
And then she's gonna go to prison and live like better than most people. She's gonna like be in one of those private prisons where
she got to build.
She got like it's on Epstein Island.
Yeah,
they're bringing her little girls.
That's fucked up, man. It's really sad that like really if you go comparison to like 2 weeks ago when the Rittenhouse case was like coming to a draw, everybody was watching.
Knew everything.
Everybody knew what was going on. Watched everything that the guy said, what the prosecutor, everybody said. Was all televised.
All over everything. It wasn't just televised. It was on Facebook everywhere. It was on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. It's all anybody was talking about.
And then here you get...
I forget that it's going on sometimes because you never hear anything about it.
You got the new fucking unicorn virus that came out the same damn day that this was happening.
Yeah.
And it's just... So just a pull of attention to like, look over here.
It's too convenient sometimes.
Oh, it's all too convenient.
You got to be like, hey, Now, let's ask the question, why isn't the Ghislaine Maxwell trial being televised? In recent weeks, the country has watched two gripping trials with wide social resonance unfold on television and computer screens. Video broadcasts allowed an untold number of people to watch the trial and acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse, who killed two people during a protest over a police shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin. A similarly large audience watched the trial and conviction of 3 white men in Georgia charged with the murder of a black jogger, Ahmaud Arbery.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, such access would likely have required a seat inside a courtroom. So why is Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking trial not equally accessible? The answer has to do with the difference in jurisdictions. Federal court in the case of Miss Maxwell and county courts in the other two. There are specific, sometimes arcane rules that govern federal proceedings. Though the federal judiciary has experimented with pilot programs allowing cameras in civil cases, the broadcast of criminal cases has been barred since 1946 under Rule 53 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. By contrast, some state and country courts for decades have had latitude to allow trial broadcasts. For instance, in 1993, the Los Angeles County Superior Court let Court TV broadcast the trial of Eric and Lyle Mendez, brothers who used shotguns to kill their parents but claimed they did so in self-defense after years of sexual and psychological torture. Vivid scenes with weeping defendants and dramatic cross-examinations helped create a cult-like following among some of those who tuned in. Soon afterward, Court TV and the E! Channel both covered O.J. Simpson's murder trial live from Los Angeles County. Those proceedings, too, drew devoted audiences. This would be... If they would fucking...
the whole world would be tuned in.
I would literally be...
People would be skipping work to fucking watch this. Like, the country would shut down to watch this.
Yes.
And they can't afford that right now.
Yeah, everybody would know. It would be like, oh, shit, the
Yeah.
people who are running this country are touching children.
PDF files.
Like, yeah. But the televised trials also had their critics, who complained that the national audience encouraged lawyers, judges, and witnesses to grandstand. The first attempt to prosecute the Mendez brothers ended with jurors unable to agree on a verdict. The judge handling the case, Stanley M. Weisberg, believed that the television coverage had affected many potential jurors for the retrial and barred electronic coverage for the second trial to protect the rights of the parties, the dignity of the court, and assure the orderly conduct of the proceedings.
Just sounds like they don't want you to know.
Yeah. They oh, shit, we might fuck up and get a little extra out.
Very convenient that when it comes to federal stuff that, no eyes in here.
Yeah.
Nobody can watch. When it comes to court, like...
If it's like civilian stuff, usually...
Yeah, civilians can watch. But if it's anything that we're doing, you're not allowed to watch.
I feel like on this scale, when you're like accusing people in positions of power that run this country...
Huge positions of power.
Then that should be public, like... Publicly,
you're an elected official for most of you, and then some of your CEOs that are,
If you didn't do it, we need to hear you defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We need to hear you and the fucking top-notch lawyers that you have no doubt hired.
Because at the end of the day, these are our children.
Yeah,
it's our kids out here.
They should definitely 100% put this shit on TV.
Yeah, it's not like a free. That's like you said. When you get money, dude, it's like you just think you're untouchable.
Yeah, there's nothing that can hurt me, and. That's proven to be true right now.
Especially
as
in
long
America.
as you can get somebody to take the fall, Epstein might not even be dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible.
People just take it. People just, I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure
I'm not
he
like
is.
trying to conspire on it, but he might not even be dead. He might be living in like some fucking remote island in Brazil, like off Brazil, and he's got like just everything you want, like whatever. And
well, hopefully, if anybody ever saw him and knew, that would get out. But I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I think he's actually dead just because like of how quick and like everything that happened. He was in jail for like a day.
Yeah,
it seemed like he was no time at all and was dead. So I think what happened was somebody swooped in and was like, "Nope, we're
I don't know.
We're not even gonna give you the chance to talk about the shit that you know."
I would say there's probably a 50-50 chance that he's dead, because like you say, how quick it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to give him a chance to crack. We're going to go ahead and get him. He doesn't want to. These are his conditions. He does not want to spend this time in prison, and he does not want to be in the spotlight because he's fucking feeling the guilt and the pressure and the paranoia of all this shit.
The whole world's looking at you.
So he's ready to get the fuck up out of here. So let's get his shit set up. We're going to give him everything he wants right here. We're going to give him a new identity. We're going to. You can make him look like a completely different person.
Yeah.
Hey, Epstein, grow your beard out and cut your hair a different way.
Diet. Yeah.
You don't look like Jeffrey Epstein anymore. Plus, you live in. I'm just saying a remote island off of Brazil. Just
Yeah, on top of your head,
but
it could be anywhere.
And like those. I'm not saying Brazil is like let's say Venezuela or something. That's kind of struggling. Most people aren't like watching TV for the most part, or probably even involved in this, because for most people that are getting accused are like from America or like Europe.
Yeah.
So they're down there like, fuck it, soccer, let's go.
Pele.
Yeah. So I think there's a chance that he might still be alive. And now they did the Epstein killed himself plot, and people like it raised red flags maybe more than they were thinking it would. And they're like, okay, so we can't do that with Ghislaine, so we gotta lock her up, and we gotta do this trial and all this stuff, but we're not gonna put it on TV.
I do feel she's guilty, but I don't feel like the people are getting justice, because one, the person who did it is either dead or got away, like you said, one or the other. He didn't face any of that, went out like a coward, or was murdered.
Right.
And she's just the person that's going to take the blame. But I think the only way we would be able to get justice is for them to open up everything and talk about everyone. Yeah, and say these are the people. It would change America completely. America would be a new country within like a matter. We would have to
like restructure our whole like government.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of government officials like high up there.
I feel like what a lot of them
used
do
to be,
is they just step down, they resign, so that their
retire.
company can't take the hit.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I used to own, Walmart, but I stepped down and my protege takes over, and he's a great guy. He's never done anything. He's worked his ass off for the last 40 years for this company, and he's taken over.
He gives the best massages.
Yeah. So now it's like, you can't hit my business. You can hate me as a person, but you can't boycott my business. And
they got rid of me. See, they're good.
Even though he's still cashing them checks.
Oh yeah, he's still getting like a severance package. You know he is, or probably just a constant check the same check still comes in.
Yeah.
Because the company's probably looking at it as like, all right, either we can keep you and lose all our business, or we can like get you the fuck out of here, keep paying you, and potentially gain customers because we got rid of you. So we're just gonna keep paying you. We're just gonna keep paying you this shit.
It all looks good on paper.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's a business. Our country's
America
a business.
is corporate.
It's
baby.
a business. We live in a business. So.
We are customers. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I'm a poor customer. I'm a piss poor customer. I'm not happy with the shit y'all are selling.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. I'm going to start my own store.
So, 4 takeaways from the 8th day of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. The jury in Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking trial heard from 4 government witnesses on Wednesday, including one of Jeffrey Epstein's longtime pilots and the ex-boyfriend of Mr. Epstein's accuser. One more woman who alleges Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell groomed her for abuse by Mr. Epstein is expected to testify before the government rests its case this week. The witness on Wednesday served to bolster the accounts of the government's main witnesses so far. 3 women who have testified they were sexually abused by Mr. Epstein as teenagers with Ms. Maxwell's help. Prosecutors say Ms. Maxwell, 59, helped to recruit and groom teenage girls for sexual abuse by Mr. Epstein, the notorious sex offender and financier. I feel like I'm reading the same thing over again. Mar-a-Lago's human resources director corroborated testimony about an outspoken Epstein accuser. The first witness to take the stand Wednesday was Janine Gill, the human resources director at former President Donald J. Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, where Virginia Roberts, who is now called Virginia, her last name is, what would you say that? Giuffre?
Yeah, that's how I'd say it. Guffrey? I don't know.
Jeffrey? Epstein? And has been one of Mr. Epstein's most outspoken accusers. He said the first time he met Miss Maxwell. Miss Roberts has not testified at trial, but a former Epstein employee told the jury last week that he and Miss Maxwell met her at the resort. Ms. Gill introduced evidence that Miss Roberts' father worked at the restaurant at around the time the encounter is said to have taken place. An accuser's ex-boyfriend recalling bringing... Okay, yeah, this is... There's just... I wish there was a place to find out, like, all the findings so far. Like, if it's not televised, at least make it like I can easily access what you found.
Yeah, exactly. Like you should be able to pull it up from some like constant website or something. At least read about it, because I don't know. It's just weird how it's not. I mean, it's affecting more people throughout the world. Do you think it should be televised more openly?
Yeah. I think they're trying to like block some shit, like we've said.
Yeah, they're not going to show us.
There's not. I don't want to call it a conspiracy because I feel like it's.
Oh yeah, conspiracy implies that it could not be true.
Right.
But I feel like this is 100%.
I don't know if that's true, but
Oh yeah, well that's what it means to me. Like conspiracy always like throws.
That's how I say it.
That's what it means to like. I don't know. Conspiracy means like not all facts, not all fiction. We're somewhere in the middle, spinning around.
Conspiracy is a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. This is a conspiracy.
Yeah,
this is a conspiracy.
It is.
I think it.
I'm thinking of conspiracy theory.
Theory.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Let's look up. Okay. Conspiracy theory is a belief that some covert but influential organization is responsible for a circumstance or event. This is a conspiracy theory also.
Yeah. It's a theory, though. I don't know. The word was made by the CIA.
So, what happened this week was, it's kind of my fault. We got a topic, and then I started to study the topic, and I realized how
rich of a topic
much there is, and how interesting it is. And I wanted to put a little more time into it so that I could do it justice, do it right, Yeah. So, was it yesterday I told you, or Tuesday?
It was Tuesday. I think it was the day we got back.
Yeah. Okay. So I told Posh, hey, let's wait, and we'll kind of bullshit on
this one,
and we'll pick back up on topics for the next episode. But that topic is the Vietnam War. Man, there's so much. That monk that caught himself on fire in protest of it.
Wow.
Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, I'll show you later. But
okay.
This dude literally was protesting the war. He sat in the middle of the intersection, and one of I don't know what your acquaintances or whatever in the monk, the religion, are they Buddhist?
I'm not. I guess I don't know. Just
stuff we gotta learn.
Depends on the region, I guess.
But doused him in gasoline, and he sat there in the meditative pose and lit himself on fire and didn't move, didn't scream, didn't make a word, didn't make a sound. He just
sit there and took it.
Sit there, took it until he died.
Dang.
in protest of the war.
Man.
But Vietnam had been in war for, at that point, over 100 years because France, like, overtook them in, like, the 1850s.
Oh, wow.
And, like, occupied Vietnam from then up until the 1950s whenever we started our war with them. But what we were trying to do was prevent the expansion of communism. So we had, like, before we came, it was like North and South Vietnam, and then the South, the French were ruling, but the North, the guys in the North, Ho Chi Minh was wanting to unite the entire country of Vietnam, so they were like trying to sneak down into South Vietnam, and that's when some shit started going down, and then America was like, all right, yep, we're in there.
I did watch this video on YouTube. It was like it was called Storytellers or something like that, and it was about a guy who I think it was like just a couple years after Vietnam had ended, and they were asking him about like his experience and stuff like that. And he does an incredible job of telling the story and like painting the picture for you. And he was just a really good storyteller, and he was talking about how when he got there, he was expecting it because, you know, in World War II, you saw like when the Americans showed up in certain parts of Europe, they just loved them, were kissing them, were throwing roses out on the street, just like, you know, happy to see us.
Thankful to see him, yeah.
Yeah, and he thought that it was going to be like that when he got to Vietnam, that the civilians there were just going to be happy to see him. He was like, it was just business as usual. He's like, nobody even fucking cared that I was here or like noticed, it seemed like. And he's like, it wasn't until later I found that like they were my enemies. They were all my enemies just watching me. So they were surrounded. It was a different type of warfare than what America had been used to.
Yeah, there was guerrilla warfare. There was like no.
Yeah.
They supposedly had like a demilitarized zone in the middle, and I think they were still fighting on it. I think there was like their New Year that they celebrate. They were supposed to be like a no fight kind of span, but
they'll attack anyways.
I don't know if it was us that attacked or them. I can't remember. That's just like I say. I got to do a little more studying on it because I want to do it justice. I don't want to talk too much about it, but anticipate that episode. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited to study that one because that's probably one of my favorite U.S. history pieces right there.
It's just so interesting. It's so much to learn as far as like why.
Still don't know why.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's 20-year war that we just didn't want to admit we fucked up.
Yeah.
So we just stayed in.
Yeah. Committed to it.
Yeah. But this episode is just kind of, I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. It's just me and Posh just
chilling,
telling jokes, talking about the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. We may call it discuss the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Yeah.
But next week we're going to talk about Vietnam, and it might be a long one,
a lengthy one.
It might be an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Dang.
We might have to break a beer out of it.
I was about to say we might have to. We've made it 2 whole weeks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of itching for. You know what it does? It feels like it stretches the night out.
It does.
It feels like it stretches it out.
It does because I feel like we've only been down there no time, and it's like, oh shit, we're already almost an hour in.
But when you drink a couple of beers and you're like, oh, well, you can kind of gauge by the way you're feeling. You're like, yeah, it's about time to go home. I'm getting
I'm fucked up.
Yeah,
time to end this before I get too wild. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cap this one. Pretty good. Yeah. I'm trying to tell some jokes in the beginning. Some were pretty spicy, so we had.
That's why I figured they were going to be. That's why I brought my little kid jokes with me.
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah, my little clean jokes for some of us that needed to breathe.
Yeah, they don't have quite the dark sense of humor that some others possess. But yeah, as per usual, this has been Dylan.
This is Posh.
If you ain't had your Chelada, go get you one. If you don't like it, drink it till you're right. We'll see y'all next week when we talk about the Vietnam War.
See ya.